Jessica, Love Court in session this morning, and this is a new one to the Love Court because we've never been faced with this situation before.
Yeah.
We're talking COVID vaccines.
Yep. Dear Jessica, I'm a nurse, and I've been on the front lines of the pandemic, seeing firsthand what this virus has done to families in our community. I'm also a divorced mother of a 13-year-old. As I'm sure you know, this week the Pfizer vaccine was approved for 12 to 15-year-olds. I immediately reached out to my ex-husband about getting my son a vaccine appointment. To my surprise, he adamantly disagrees that my son should be vaccinated. He claims that the vaccine is too new and he doesn't trust its safety for children. He says there's no real risk that my son will become ill if he gets COVID, so why take the risk with the vaccine? I'm so annoyed by this. I know that teenagers can become ill with this virus, and the point is that you just never know. I want him to be vaccinated so that he can have the protection, but also we all need to do our part to get to herd immunity. What are my rights here? Can a judge make this decision for us?
Wow.
So her rights are that she cannot get that vaccine for her son unless dad agrees, because they have joint legal custody, and that means that they need to be making medical decisions together. And if they don't agree, the only thing they can do is go to court and have the judge make the call. So, yeah, she can file a motion and ask the judge to order that their son be vaccinated. As far as likelihood of success on that, I don't know, because I haven't had the COVID vaccine issue yet come up. In the past, when I've had cases where one parent is an anti-vaxxer, the other vaccines that kids get. And, the judge in that case said that she was going to follow the science and the pediatrician's recommendations. I assume the same is going to be true for the COVID vaccine, but I don't know because I've just never seen it. But before she runs to court, she needs to think big picture here. She's going to be waiting several months for a decision from a judge. And in the meantime, they might make the vaccine mandatory in order to attend public schools. So ultimately, dad may not have a choice here if he wants his son to continue to go to public school, assuming that they go to public school.
All right, Jessica, let me ask you the glaring question that sticks out of my mind. Let's just say mom disregards and just says, you know what, he's going to go get vaccinated. I really don't care what dad thinks. What's the worst thing that could happen?
Good question.
I mean, so I don't recommend she do that. I don't know the practical. Will there be a practical consequence of that? I mean, she probably will get admonished by the judge if dad files a motion that she, has been violating joint legal custody. I wouldn't recommend doing that because that someday may come back to bite her because he may do the same thing to her on something that she really cares about.
Would the judge... sorry. You had a go ahead.
Well, go ahead.
Would the judge be interested in what the kid has to say at all? Would that ever come into play? Does the kid want the vaccine?
At 13, I doubt the child has a really strong preference either way. I mean, if we're talking about a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old, yeah, I think, a judge would listen if the child really, wants to be vaccinated. The older they get, the more the judge is going to listen to them about things like this. A 13-year-old boy, I really doubt he has a preference.
I'm still stuck on the dad's argument that he says there's no real risk if the kid were to contract COVID that he would suffer greatly from it. How does he know? I don't think you know until you actually get it.
Right, and mom's in healthcare, right? So mom has probably seen a lot more than dad. I mean, I don't know if dad's in healthcare or not. I assume he's not, but yeah, I mean, this is just one of those things. It's like there's so much misinformation, and there's also, I guess it's true that the likelihood is low, right? I think science has proven that, but there are still, something like I think I read 700 children that have died from COVID in the United States. So I don't know. I mean, the risk is not zero.
Right.
Wow.
But
it's a touchy subject.
Yeah, I think a judge probably is going to order that the child be vaccinated. That's just my sense, given the science involved and what they're saying about, just that the vaccine is safe. So I don't know. If I'm dad, I probably don't want to put this issue to the court either. So maybe come to some sort of agreement. Maybe don't do it right away. Maybe wait 6 months if dad's really concerned that there's going to be some sort of, side effects in kids. It is the first week it's out. So, maybe agree to wait like a month or 2 or 6 months and then do it. But I think there's a good chance they're going to make this mandatory for kids.
Well, I mean, you look at the University of Nevada, and they're saying that if you want to be back on campus this fall, you're going to have a vaccine. And it's going to be interesting to see if the public schools follow suit with that too, and TMCC.
That's really interesting because I didn't think that they were able to make it mandatory.
We were talking incentives yesterday.
Yeah, that's what.
They can do it. And I think that public schools are not far behind that. I mean, there's going to be tons of lawsuits. Let's not kid ourselves.
Right.
About that. But I don't know. I mean, they're saying that, we've got to get the kids vaccinated to get to herd immunity. So.
Well, we'll see what happens. Love Court every single Friday right here with Jessica Anderson from Anderson Kusha. Jessica, we have a great portal set up on our website at alice965.com. When people go there, you answer every single question you receive.
Yeah, and you know what else, you guys? The little snippets of Love Court and my answers are going on an audio YouTube channel. So if people want to look at past or listen to past Love Courts, they can.
All right,
nice.
Great idea.
Very
That's
cool.
Just look me up.
Very cool.